Folks, they've made a decision about the CEO, the woke Karen leader of Cracker Barrel, and she's not going to go. But other stuff is happening. Crazy stuff is happening, and Cracker Barrel is cratering. Folks, I'm worried about Cracker Barrel. Are you worried yet about Cracker Barrel? You should be worried about Cracker Barrel. This is not a giant restaurant chain. I mean, they have a lot of restaurants, but their total valuation that they had before all this stuff happened was like $1.4 billion. You say, that's big. Well, not when Disney's over 200 billion, and not when Google's like 1.5 or 3.5 trillion. So this company has dropped 50, if we round up at the time of recording, 54% in 6 months. More than half of its value has disappeared under the leadership of current Cracker Barrel. Now let's talk about what just went down. Ariel Zilver has this out of the New York Post. Cracker Barrel shareholders axed the DEI specialist over the logo flap, but spare the CEO. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to explain it to you, okay? Because some of you out there are saying, why would shareholders, if they're down, more than half, if they've lost more than half their wealth, why is she still there? I'll explain it to you. It says Cracker Barrel shareholders voted to oust board member and DEI marketing executive Gilbert Davila in the wake of the branding crisis that wiped out hundreds of millions of dollars in value, but spared CEO Julie Fels Karen Messino. Inserted the Karen there for you. The binding vote capped months of turmoil, triggered by Messino's decision to replace the chain's well-known old-timer, that's Uncle Herschel, logo with a stripped-down design that ignited a political backlash, alienated core diners, and sent traffic and shares plunging. Again, more than half. We covered Disney when they dropped 7%, and it's a big deal. Cracker Barrel's down more than 50%. The revolt placed Messino and Davila squarely in the crosshairs of activist investors Sardar Beglari, the Steak and Shake guy. He's been coming after them, right? When ballots were tallied Thursday, only one of them paid the price, according to the Wall Street Journal. Cracker Barrel announced the majority of shareholders voted to keep Messino on the board. Now, why did they do that? Why did they keep her on the board? I've got the answer for you. To know, we need to go to Fox Business, okay? DEI consultant resigns from Cracker Barrel board after heated proxy fight. By that, they mean got kicked off. And then Cracker Barrel, here's the crazy thing, Marvin. Cracker Barrel did not replace this person on the board. They removed the board seat entirely to try to steady the ship. Yeah, under Messino. So this is really something. I'm going to go down here. Let's see here. What are we? Okay, here's why she's still there. Here's why the CEO is still there. Two major proxy advisory firms, Institutional Shareholder Services and Glass Lewis, urged shareholders early this month to vote against one or more Cracker Barrel directors. They advised shareholders to vote against Davila, the DEI guy, but they also recommended not, right here, neither proxy firm recommended ousting the CEO. Why would they do that though, Marvin? Because mission accomplished, now they go for stability. There's no way that Cracker Barrel can continue to do what she wanted it to do. Mm-hmm. So she is now a figurehead CEO that basically Wall Street's going to control because she has no power. They're down 50%. What the goal was is get rid of the DEI guy and then stabilize the company, because if suddenly they don't have a CEO and they're already down 50%, major investors, and I'm not giving financial advice, but I think the major investors thought, and we're not talking about mom and pop, right? We're not talking about your auntie who owns a stock of Cracker Barrel because she played the peg game and really likes it. We're talking about big time shareholders. They, I believe, thought that if she went as well, this thing could have dropped 70%. And they're getting down to the point when the stock's down at $25.97, you're getting down low enough that it's freak out time. And so they're actually in a position where they might want her to be out, but they can't kick her out right now. It's going to have to be down the road a little bit. They got to stabilize. Your thoughts, Marvin?
I see the logic in that. Ousting a CEO would have caused the stock to plummet even further. It is, talk about signs of instability. I mean, a complete change of leadership. Getting rid of the DEI guy was a symbolic gesture. And like you said, I don't think she's going to be able to institute any wide change again. She learned that people like what they like, and they went back to those things. And, hopefully those are, they're not going to try to reinvent the wheel again. Cracker Barrel was the epitome of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. And so the changes they've made, right? Because all her plans are gone. Mm-hmm. They're all gone. I mean, so, there's this funny thing about who's leading a company. if you are the leader in title, but everything you said to do has been reversed,
right?
I don't know if you're the leader anymore. You got the title. That's fancy, right? It's kind of like having a crown. But if you can't make any big decisions, if that's been handed off to everybody else, cool, you've got a crown. So that's what's going on with Cracker Barrel. Now, I do want to say that when it comes to the situation, the changes that have happened, I was alluding to this just a minute ago. They have ditched all of the redos of the restaurants. Those that were rebranded are going to get rebranded back at the cost, of double because they switched it. They're going to switch it back, kind of like Michael Scott in The Office. Snip, unsnip, unsnip. I can't keep doing this anymore.
Yeah,
the logo, all fixed, all changed back. And then one of the big deals is this woman, the CEO, this Karen CEO, came in and basically said, you know what? And I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't think she would say this publicly, but I think it's what they believed. These dummies, these rubes, these flyover country people, they'll eat day-old biscuits. They don't know the difference. They'll microwave the green beans. Who cares? People did care. They did notice. I'm sorry, your elderly patrons that you think don't have taste buds, they do. And so one of the changes that's so huge is they're going back to the original recipes. Everything must be cooked fresh. And all of that is what everybody wanted all along. So if Messino gets to stay, listen, if she gets ousted, she gets a golden umbrella or golden parachute anyway, right, Marvin?
Yeah,
she's getting money.
Yeah.
Now she's stuck at a company where everybody looks at her and goes, you're a moron. So how would you like to work at a place where everybody looks up at you and goes, moron?
She already had that when she was at Taco Bell. She is one of those CEOs that bounces from company to company and clearly hates being the CEO of the company that she's the CEO of.
Can you tell people about the Taco Bell thing? Some people don't know that she was the CEO of Taco Bell and really
she was. Yeah,
she messed that up badly as well.
Oh yeah, isn't she the one that she was just behind the remodel of Taco Bell, where they went from looking like Mexican buildings to the white and purple streamlined appearance. She took away the Mexican pizza, which everyone hated. The fact that they took away that, right?
Well, you can't have Mexican pizza. It was offensive, right? It was just too darn offensive.
Right.
Turns out everybody likes Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's been bad at this. She's part of that same crowd, though, that keep doing these things. Martin, I don't know if you know this, but also who came in and did all the rebrand planning? Do you know which company did that?
Wasn't it the same company that I don't remember the name of them, but weren't they the Bud Light company?
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Cracker Barrel. This crazy lady who torched Taco Bell and got kicked out, then went to Cracker Barrel. This crazy lady brought in. She saw what happened at Bud Light and said, "We'd like some of that, please."
Yeah.
I see what you did with Dylan. Come over here and kick off the Uncle Herschel logo, and let's go with Cracker Barrel and see what you can do. And well, now we see what they can do at Cracker Barrel. By the way, this is not a video of Cracker Barrel, but it is a barrel.
Dollywood, isn't it?
It's Dollywood, and that's a barrel. Yeah. And that's as close as I can get right now to a Cracker Barrel B-roll. So there you go.
I remember that. I remember seeing that barrel somewhere.
He remembers that barrel. It's a lovely barrel. It's a beautiful barrel, a scenic barrel, if you will. Marvin, all right. What's the solution here for Cracker Barrel? Because they have admitted defeat, it appears, but they have to get the stock back up. So what do you do if you're Cracker Barrel in 2026? They need to get this back up to at least 50, and it's a long way back to 50.
A whole lot of stay the course, a whole lot of stick to what's working. I think you have to offer some phenomenal deals to get people back in the door. You got to make it one of the most affordable places to stop on your next road trip, especially when you're competing with Buc-ee's. I could stop there. I could fill up my gas tank and get barbecue and fudge and all this other stuff. It's hard to compete with a roadside attraction like that. So they really have to lean into their core audience. They have to make things affordable, and they have to prove that the quality is not going to go down, because they have to try to win back the people that they lost, because I don't think they're going to be bringing people in that have never eaten at Cracker Barrel before.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of people don't know is they did not used to compete against Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's didn't exist. Now they got Buc-ee's to go up against, and it's a real problem for them. They also were trying to force their way into the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, and in California, and they decided to change the entire chain to do so, rather than just changing geographically there. That's got to stop. Hey, Cracker Barrel, if you're watching this video, listen, I know you probably don't like that we call your CEO Karen. I get it, but you dropped 50%, so you'll go where you can go to find out what you should do. My advice to you, I know the alcohol gives you some margins. Cut it out for half the day at least. People are pulling off the interstate. They don't want to get buzzed and get back on the interstate. They can't do that. So bring back the beautiful lemonades and the giant frozen mugs that you had to kick out because you had to have space for the beer bottles instead. Get rid of the mimosas, and give the people what they want. They want those giant root beers and apple ciders and all that stuff. That's what the folks want. Give that to them, and I think you'll get a win for sure. It's not that you can't have alcohol anywhere. It's that Cracker Barrel is a get off the interstate and get back on it kind of place.
Yeah,
doesn't work.
And you want it to be rustic, you want it to feel authentic, and you want it to feel Americana. That's going to be the key to bringing people back in the door, I think.
That's right. Go America, go Cracker Barrel, and go CEO. Maybe she'll be out the door pretty soon. But for now, for Stability Steak, she lives despite Steak and Shake.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Well, I was feeling really behind and uneducated on all the happenings in the entertainment world. So, I was trying to work out a solution, specifically around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And, well, this is what I came to.
That's not what that means.
Oh.
But, why wouldn't you just watch Midnight's Edge on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? And on Tuesdays, on WDW Pro's channel, you got the Pro Show, and on Thursdays, you got That Park Place with Jonas and Vash.
Jonas? That guy sucks.
Well, feel free to jump in the chat and remind him of that regularly.
I won't feel free. I am free, baby. But I think you forgot something important.
What's that?
On Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, there's something really special that happens on Florals from Under a Rock.
Ah, right.
Under a Rock, where we don't simply talk about entertainment. We actually try to be the entertainment. Which, Floral, you're actually kind of dragging the show down, you know what I mean?
Well, theoretically, you and everyone else knows now what's happening at 12 Eastern Time throughout the week.
Yep. Now, just a point of clarity. You say 12 p.m. Eastern Time that the Midnight Edge will be happening. Is Tom gonna commit to being on time?
Well, that's a fair question.
Okay.